Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, November 9th. And you can see a picture here from Sean Monroe on Facebook. This shows the Mackinac Bridge covered in some fog. Pretty neat picture there. And looks like the big headlines for this week are certainly going to be the late fall storm. We can see barometric pressures down to about 29 inches of mercury on Thursday. So if you got a home barometer, it'll be interesting to watch that as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday when it should reach its lowest point. Right now, we expect rainfall amounts around a quarter of an inch across the southeast part of the state, up to about 3/4 of an inch as you get towards Newaygo. Heavier rains across northwest lower Michigan into the UP of over an inch of rain is possible for those areas. If we look at the current weather map, you can see this morning temperatures in the low 30s for the most part. A few locations with clear skies down into the upper 20s. Of course, Newaygo, the cold spot, down to 27 degrees this morning. If we take a look at the Great Lakes, you can see our wind flow now out of the south and southwest, and that's going to bring slightly warmer air into the area over the next couple of days. We had highs in the upper 40s on Sunday. We expect to be in the upper 40s to low 50s today, low to mid 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday could be sneakily warm as that system begins to move in. We could see temperatures up warmer than what the current forecasts are. Would not be surprised to see temperatures up around 60 degrees, but we'll wait and see on that. But if we look at the satellite, the one fly in the ointment here is going to be a little weak area of low pressure, upper low, is across Oklahoma. That's going to race in the southwest flow up towards southeast lower Michigan. It could bring some light rain to the area tonight, but mainly just a few hundredths of an inch, less than a tenth of an inch. And that would be mainly southeast of the line from around Saginaw Bay to South Haven and points to the southeast. But again, some light showers possible again tonight. And then we'll become partly sunny tomorrow, and again, a few degrees warmer. If we take a look at the 7 a.m. Weather map, you can see high pressure now off to the east with the return flow. That's going to bring us sunshine today and a little bit warmer temperatures. And again, that weak system there that will be moving into the area tonight will be out of here by later tomorrow. And then we'll begin to see our big storm just now coming into the picture. We'll be moving to the east. And if we look at the weather map for Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., you can see low pressure back across Kansas. That's going to move towards Wisconsin, northern Lake Michigan, and towards the Straits here over the next 72 hours. And as that does, we're going to see this low rapidly intensify, especially once it gets into southwest Wisconsin and up to the Straits of Mackinac. If we look at the forecast map off the GFS at 1 a.m. on Thursday morning, you can see a 983 millibar low over north central Lake Michigan, or that'd be a barometric pressure in inches of around 29.00. So again, watch your home barometers here as we get into Wednesday night into Thursday. And you can see at the upper levels some very strong winds around 65 knots at the southern end of Lake Michigan coming into south central lower Michigan. Any showers of convective nature could bring some of those winds down, and we could see certainly some pretty strong damaging winds. And with any showers or thunderstorms that may or may not develop here, we'll just have to get closer to the event to see what the odds of some convection would be. And if we look at the wind gusts for Thursday, you can see a lot of this lighter green pockets would be around 48 knots, or if you translate that into miles per hour, it'd be around 55 to 58 miles an hour. So some very strong wind gusts are possible across much of lower Michigan as we get in a day on Thursday, and that will be the biggest story. If we look at precipitation amounts, again, mainly around a quarter to a third of an inch across southeast lower Michigan, around 3/10 to a half inch across the northern parts of MAC, and then as you get to Newaygo, around 3/4 to possibly up to an inch in some areas, and then the heavier rains back into the UP of over an inch, very likely. If we look at the extended outlook in the 6 to 10 day, you can see warm weather continues across the Midwest, and we expect near normal precipitation. But as we get into the 8 to 14 day outlook, we turn quite a bit wetter across much of the nation, and the warmest temperatures once again centered around the Great Lakes. So more warm and wet conditions will continue right on through the next couple of weeks. But as we get towards around the 20th of Thanksgiving, I think we're going to see cooler conditions, but more importantly, a very active storm track is going to develop across much of the southern and central part of the United States. And whether or not that means snow for the Great Lakes or storms for the Great Lakes, we'll have to watch. But certainly the chances are we're going to get much busier as we get in that period between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, a great work week, and 73s to all.